Hello everyone, I am Erica of beadingschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly open beading workshop to make sure that every beader all around the world has company. Today we have a special guest who will join me and join all of us shortly. But before I would invite her on screen, please let me know, can you hear me? Can you see me? Miriam is here. Linda is here. Miriam says, hello, ladies. And good morning and good afternoon or good evening to everyone, depending where you are watching from. Ula says, it's loud and clear. Wonderful. Yosin, Zuzka, Linda, Marta, Rachel, Debbie, Kristen. Hello, ladies. So you can watch today's video live from the Beading School Facebook Club, from the Facebook page, from YouTube, and even my personal profile. And in case that you can't make it right now, or you have to leave early, then it will stay available for you at all the places. The recording will be there for you, so you can go back as many times as you wish. And in case that you are watching from the Beading School Club, which is a safe, closed place on the internet for beading school beaders, then it might happen that I can't see your name. I see you as a Facebook user. And that's why I did not greet you personally. I love to do that. And if you would like me to see your profile, then you can open up the description and click on the last link in the description of the video, and that will enable my broadcasting program to see your name and see your profile. It doesn't do anything else, just makes it easier for us to talk to each other, and in case that you have a question, and then I can address you personally. I would also like to greet Debbie, and some things are falling. Debbie and Cindy and Martika and Ingrid and Mary and Connie and Wanda and Louisa and Antoinette and Samia and Sherry and Jennifer and Gisela. And finally, I would also love to greet the special guest of our evening. As you can see on the picture, we are beading another beautiful design from the Dream of Sibylla Beading School Academy theme box. And this set of beautiful earrings, they were designed by Vicky Roberts. You might know her from the Bead magazine of the United Kingdom, but also you might be familiar with her Etsy shop full of pretty patterns. And today she brings us another beautiful piece. So I would like to invite now Vicky to join me on screen.
Hi everyone. Hi.
Hi, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, it's lovely to be here again. It's always a joy to be here with you and all your lovely beaders, which is just great. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yay! Can I cheer with at least a glass of water?
You definitely can. Cheers, my darling.
Cheers. It's fancy. There is mint inside.
Very nice. So, lovely to be here.
Tell us about the design that you made for us.
Right, okay. So I'd like to say that there was some like theme behind it, apart from the box, that is. But really, the box just spoke to me, literally. The boxes are so fantastic, Erica. Every time I open one, I get all excited and, do a little happy dance and whatnot. And for every piece I've made out of it, I think these are possibly my favourite, though I have got this one on at the moment as well, and they're both from the box. So, but yes, I think these are my favourite because I'm a massive earring fan, and I've wore them. They're in my ears now, and I just think they just look really pretty. The PaisleyDuos are probably what brought it together, the design, because they obviously have the wing shape, hence the name FLUTTERBY. FLUTTERBY is not a real word. So
I was like going to ask you, what does that mean? Because me, who is not an English native, there are some words which might be like everyday words for you, but for some reason I haven't heard them, read them. So I was going to ask, like, what does it mean? Is it a pretty flower? Is it a color? What is? And
I think it might have been a My Little Pony at one point. But then I googled that, and that was called Fluttershy. So
I see.
But if you think, I also read that that Flutterby used to be used for the name for butterfly in stories, but then I read that that is exactly what it is. It was never used really. That is what it is. It's just a story. So Flutterby is not a real word. But it's pretty. It sounds pretty. Flutterby butterfly.
Thank you for enlightening me. I needed that. Now my English vocabulary is like pew, pew,
happy days,
expanding. I was also super happy that recently I was in the UK at the Great British Beach Show, and one of the ladies, she said, I'm all chuffed up about this design. And then when I talked to you on Tuesday, we had a call earlier this week. You told me that you are chuffed up about the earrings. I can understand that.
I know it. Soon I'll be teaching you Scouse, which is is the word for Liverpool. Scousers is the word for Liverpool people. So Scouse is our own version of language, I guess.
Okay.
Dialect. So soon I'll teach you some words from that. Maybe not on camera.
What do you want to imply with that?
Oh, nothing.
How would you characterize people from Liverpool?
Friendly is the word I'd say. There's a lot of friendliness in Liverpool, and I think that was shown recently at the Eurovision Song Contest. A lot of the people that came to Liverpool for the Eurovision Song Contest said they couldn't believe how friendly the people were, which is just a joy because it's my hometown. I've lived here for practically all my life, and I love the people. I've got so many friends in Liverpool, and they're all a joy to be with. So I'm cool with that.
One day I have to visit.
You do. You do. One day I'm going to come to Amsterdam. We'll do it.
Please. So, Vicky, by the way, I think that the color theme, it also would fit the My Little Pony topic that you mentioned. So we are still on spot.
Happy days.
Absolutely. Can you please help me what we will need for today's earrings? In the meanwhile, sorry, I would just like to direct our dear beaders towards the page where they can download the PDF tutorial. Just a second. Here it is. So I will remove now the picture for a sec. I'm like trying to make it bigger, but it doesn't really work. Whatever. So the usual place, noonehastobedalone.com, or if you all navigate to beadingschool.com and then click on No One Has to Bead Alone in the main menu, then you will see the pretty picture, you will see the material list, and below that there are the usual 2 buttons. However, today please use the gift version, as this is Vicky's gift to you and it's not available in the Beading School bead shop. Later it will be available in your own Etsy shop, as far as I know, right? So in case that you would like to support Vicky and her designing, then make sure to head over on Etsy to Vicky Roberts. You will find her as Vicky Roberts Etsy shop to show your appreciation, and look around also for the other patterns because they are awesome. There are many pretty ones. So today just click the yellow button, please. Download the tutorial for free, type in your email address, click the send button, and it will arrive in your inbox in a matter of seconds. This option is available for 3 days for you, so don't miss your chance. And yeah, that was practical info, and let's get back to what we need. Just a sec, I will put on the material list, and can you help us with this, Vicky, please?
Okay, so we've got P6, which is a 6mm pearl or round bead.
Okay, I have that.
You've got that one, cool. We've got P4, which is a 4mm round bead.
I'm cool.
Big 4 is bicone, 4mm bicone.
Mm-hmm.
PaisleyDuo, PD. We've got RS4. Okay, you're gonna have to help me with that.
The 4mm rhinestone, the Suvan rhinestone.
I was saying to Erica, just sorry to interrupt the list there, but I was saying to Erica, I do everything at A, B, C, D, E's, as you'll see on the PDF. So this is all new to me, and I'm just kind of going with it. So there is a 4mm rhinestone, but what I would like to say is on this version, I actually use one of the 2.8 ones, and it also works. So if you don't have a 4mm rhinestone, but you've got some 2.8s from your boxes, they work too. We've got R15, which is your seed bead 15, R11, seed bead 11, and a Delica bead, cylinder bead C11. And I think that is everything we need. I have used the pretty little, can you guys see these in my ears? I know you're all looking at my paws now, but you know, I've used these ear wires, the little stud ones from the current box, from the Sibylla box, and
with the purple stone, right?
Yes, they are. But I had it in the PDF. I have put a little note that says if you decide that you don't want to use the studs because they have a small loop on the bottom of them, if you bead it as you'll see when you get to 16 and 17, we'll talk through it then. But there's another way. So, but we'll get to that point. I'm rushing ahead. Ignore me.
Yeah, and anyway, for the bottom part, there you can actually hang anything that you like. It's very pretty with the original, but you can go for a metal charm, you can go for a glass drop. So it's a super versatile motif.
It really is.
And in the meanwhile, Kristen says, I loved the wings from the Lucia box, Vicky. That was a super pretty pendant.
Oh, this one, is it this one? Or
no,
was
the
it
things that you did for the November-December team? Pendant with the coral pearl.
Yeah. Yes, I remember now. Sorry, don't know my own patterns. Yes, I remember.
No worries.
It's that thing, isn't it? Once one design kind of is finished and is in the Etsy shop, and you move on to the next one. Yeah. The things you think about are the ones that you're working on, and the one that's just currently gone live, and they're the ones you think about and go, "Oh, which one are you talking about now?" Sort of thing. But yes, I really enjoyed that one too. It was a lovely thing. It was lovely to make.
And as you can see, many of our beaders still remember it.
Yes,
and I'm not surprised. So before we would start beading, I would just mention that I would like to invite everyone for next week's Coffee Time with Erica, which is, for a change, it will be on Monday instead of the usual Tuesday. And during Coffee Time with Erica, we can peek into the next Beading School Academy box.
So excited. So
exciting times. A new color combination is coming. A new source of inspiration is coming. Actually, the theme was selected by our storyteller, Chenge. So I'm very excited about it. And
I'm taking mine to the beach with me. That's where it's going. It's coming on holiday. I'm so excited.
I think these beads will enjoy a holiday very, very much.
I agree.
And Kristen is asking for a hint. I have actually revealed 3 bead shapes today that might come handy if you have a feeling that you will want to bead the upcoming designs in more color combination. Then I would recommend to look around in the Beading School bead shop for Miyuki half tillas, for 3 and 4 millimeter bicone beads from Preciosa, and we restocked the 14 millimeter glass rings, and I can say that they will look awesome with the designs that we are cooking up for you, just to get prepared for the next theme. And let's get started with fluttering with the flutterbys. So I will switch to the illustrations.
Okay.
Vicky will explain to us what we will need to do. And I will switch my face to my hand camera, so you will see how I am working, you will see Vicky explaining, and you will see the illustrations. After I switch, please let me know if it still works, if you can hear me and see me, because it's always a risky moment when I'm switching cameras and microphones. So thank you for doing that. So I hope you can see me and hear me. I'm shuffling around a bit with the images to make them look good. Vicky, I will remove you for a second and put you back again.
No.
And I will also remove the illustrations and put back again to make sure that okay, this is how we are going to set it up. And if the tech is still perfect, as Miriam says, then let's get started.
Fabulous. Okay, so first thing you'll need is your P6 and your C11s, your Delica beads. So we're going to start by picking up 1 P6 and 8 Delica beads, 8 C11s. It's going to take a minute to get used to that.
You can totally say Miyuki Delica 11s. We usually don't use the abbreviations during the broadcast, but this is how I usually write my tutorials, so that's why we have it that way, because our viewers are used to that.
No worries. And once you've picked up the 8 Delica beads, you go back up the pearl from the opposite side, essentially, for what you're coming out of. So just go straight back up him so that the Delica beads sit around the pearl side.
So I have the pearl, I have the 8 Delica beads, like a semicircle.
That's the one. Okay, and we're just going to repeat adding the Delica beads on the other side now. So pick up 8 Delica beads and go up the pearl again, and they're going to sit on the other side. And once you've picked them up, you will go, and you've gone up the pearl, you will go through all 8 Delicas again, but don't go back up the pearl a second time.
So I have those 2 semicircles, and now I can join them into a full circle.
So just go through 8 for now, because we're going to add a couple more beads.
Okay. Oh, Vicky disappeared. Where is Vicky? I hope she comes back shortly. And in the meanwhile, I see Irene asking about step 18 already. Dear Irene, if you would like to ask something that is not that is about something else than the current step that we are doing, then can you please wait with it until the end? Because I would prefer not to jump back and forth, but to nicely progress from step 1. And Vicky is back.
I don't know what happened. Sorry, guys. I was just gone. I was talking to myself.
No worries, no worries. I have joined the...
No. Don't join them. Don't join them.
Don't
Back
join
it out.
them.
Back it out
Okay.
too. So when you get to step 3, you would just come off the 8 and then pick up 1 Delica.
Oh, and we will fill it in.
Yeah, there's 2 more beads to put in because we're going for a total of 18 beads.
Okay, I need to go back.
Rushing ahead, Erica. Rookie mistake.
Uh-oh. I did it already twice, and I told you, like, I feel super confident about the pattern, but when I screen... So
pop 1 Delica in there, go through the next 8 beads, and pop another Delica in, and then go through about 3 beads. 3 of your 11s, your Delica 11s. Irene, I've just seen your message. I think, yeah, you are right. It's the one that's opposite, so adjacent, opposite, same, pretty much is at the bottom of the component. So lovely having you, and I hope your dog is okay when he goes to the vet today. Okay, there we go. So go three beads now. I always find going through 3 rather than 1 is just a bit, it just makes it that little bit tighter. So it's just a little bit easier then to start the peyote. Okay. Perfect, Erica.
Thank you. So let's go to step 4.
Okay, so we're going to work in peyote now. So pick up 1 Delica. Miss the next Delica on your base row, which is the row you've just done around the pearl, and go through the one after.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just going to continue that all the way around till you're back at where you've started from. And then you will step up into the first new bead added.
Okay, so basically I'm bezeling the pearl.
You're bezeling the pearl. I do love bezeling pearls. It is one of the, it's just such a nice technique to bezel a pearl. I love bezeling crystals as well, but there's something just fabulous about how a pearl bezel just looks on its own.
I love it that the bezel itself is attached to the pearl thanks to the hole.
Yeah.
That makes it super sturdy.
It does. It means it can't pop out at any given moment, like them slippery little ones do, them chatons.
And what I also enjoy about bezeling pearls or beads, that since the bezel is attached, then it is enough to add 1 row of R15s, size 15 Miyuki beads, and the pearl is not covered that much, and it's a bit different look with bezeling rivolis, for example.
It is. It's true. Because that's always the disappointing part when you're bezeling like a Rivoli and especially things like the compass stones, like the German glass stones, because the back is so pretty on like the German glass stones. Bezeling them is really, really difficult in the sense that you don't want to lose it, and the same goes with the Rivolis. You don't want to lose all that sparkle, but when you put in several rows, you sometimes do. And though we all love how they look, because otherwise we wouldn't do it, it is nice to not have to do as many rows, as you said, on the pearls, and you still keep a chunk of the pearl.
Indeed. By the way, I have to share a funny story about peyote, that I was recently in Mexico, and I talked to a girl in a shop. She was a very friendly graphic designer selling some prints and postcard and whatsoever. And somehow she mentioned peyote, and she asked, like, do you know what peyote is? And I said, of course. And I mentioned her my company, and I told her that with our whole team, we did peyote on the last team event that we had together with our colleagues. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah, everyone enjoyed it very much. And then it became apparent to me that peyote is a type of cacti which can induce hallucinations. So she was talking slightly about something else than me.
I'm not sure where that took a turn then, Erica. Just seeing Erica Clark, I've just seen that you've said you enjoy the square stitch bezel. this morning I have been bezeling a square stitch and I can't find it, and I am super happy with the colours. How cute are them colours? It's like a cyclamen opal chaton with like a green and copper. And this, I've never really done this up until recently, a square stitch bezel, but this is amazing. I couldn't get that out then. But this is such a good bezel, and Erica, I have to say, it's thanks to you, because I would never have done one of them in a million years. Okay.
Super
So now
that you like it. So I have my Delicas in place.
Yes. So now you're going to add a row of 15s between. So if you look at your pearl now, you'll see that you've got 3 rows of peyote. You've got a first row, a middle row, and a third row, essentially. If I was bezeling a Rivoli, I would probably refer to them as an inside row, a middle row, and an outside row. But because we're on the pearl and we're only going to put 1 row of 15s, and we'll say going into your first row, we're going to pick up 1 15 and go into the next Delica along on that first row, and then all the way round. It's really strange, I'm not going to lie, watching you bezel the pearl, Erica, while my hands aren't doing anything. As teaching, it's normally that you would that you'll be showing your hands while talking on the screen.
Yeah.
And I keep doing this at the screen, so I'm probably pulling all the weirdest faces.
Well, you basically control my hands now.
I know.
No, whatever you say, I will do it.
Oh, that could get dangerous.
Please don't tell me to bezel like 150 Rivolis or something, okay?
So Erica's nearly round, and once you get all the way round, we'll bob onto step 6, which is just really doing the same thing on the other side. So you'll weave through to the other side and repeat step 5. Now, what I normally do here is I cheat a little bit. So where you can just go forward into like a diagonal, I just do what Erica just done, and I just turn around and go through it that way. Just all them little time savers.
For me, it's more comfortable to bezel counterclockwise. So yeah, I do this all the time instead of going diagonally.
Yeah. I don't want to bezel towards me, because once upon a time I found half a needle in my bra with no idea how it got there. So that's probably from bezeling the wrong way around, I always think to myself.
Oh my god.
The worst thing is I didn't find it for absolutely weeks. I would wash the bra, I would wear the bra, it would stab me.
Oh my god, Vicky.
And it was only half a needle as well. It wasn't even a full needle. It had the nerve to break, so I don't know where the other half went to.
Oh my god. Like sometimes I scream when beading because I poke the needle under my fingernail, and Adam, when he hears me screaming, then first his reaction is always like, "Oh my god, honey, what happened?" And then he's like, in the same second, don't tell me, I know."
The worst though is when they actually find the needles, when they step on them because we've dropped them, and then there's like you think like you took a drill to their foot. They have like a massive meltdown. James, my husband, has like a massive meltdown. There was a needle, it got me. It's like the tiniest little mark. Calm yourself, boy. So that is hilarious. They are really hilarious. Okay.
I have now my last R15, my last size 15 on my needle.
So pop them in.
Where should they end up?
We're going to end up on the middle row of your Delica beads. So if you go to step 7, we're on the middle row of your Delica beads. So pop through a couple of Delicas. Right, okie dokes. Oh, Malia, that sounds awful. Maybe I won't judge James so much.
Oops. Oh, Malia. The sewing needles. Oh my god.
They're so hard. I
actually have here an old sewing machine. It used to belong well, for me, it's my grandma's sewing machine, but originally it was the sewing machine of the grandma of my grandma. And so it's this old Zinger with the foot pedal. And once my sister managed to sew through her finger with it.
Oh, oh, I'm gonna rock a little bit.
Oh. I hope I didn't scare away anyone with this horror story.
Yeah, no, not good. Right, okay, guys, when you are in the middle row, leaving that to one side, on the middle row of Delicas, we're going to pick up 3 15s and go into the next Delica along on the middle row. Yep, straight into that one. Okay,
that was a step.
Yep, next one. So we're going to pick up an 11 now, round seed bead 11, and then we're going to pick up the Paisley beads. So the Paisley beads, obviously on the diagram, you can see the orientation, the way we're going to go through the I always think that was an inside curve of the Paisley. So if you pick up 111, one Paisley, the thin end through the inside curve, and then a Paisley through the outside curve on the thin end, and another 11, and then go into the next. Oh, then you're going to miss the next 11 along on the. No, Erica, back it out.
Yeah, I said sorry that we are going to miss this one.
Oh, right, okay. And then go through the one after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. So we're going to miss the next one along on the middle row and go through the one after. So that will help them to sit, so they're not all bunched up and fighting with each other. Okay, right. Okay, you're just going to repeat them last 2 steps now. We're going to repeat the 15s, 3 15s, and then the 11s and Paisleys all the way around until you get back to the beginning, and you're going to go up 2 of the 15s of the 3 15s.
Recently, by the way, when we were beading with Paisleys during a No One Has to Bead Alone, then it also worked for us to talk about the orientation of them as the volley side and the heel side.
Ah, that makes sense. Convex and concave side, like glass lenses, that works as well.
That brings back concave and convex, brings back too many memories for my mathematics classes, and I did not enjoy those.
It was Montagny that's brought that up, not me. So,
oh, I see. Sorry for blaming you.
Britt Marie said stitch in a ditch. Stitch in a ditch is when you tend to go down into a bead and then up. So it kind of like you're going into the ditch. Whereas on this occasion, we're just missing the bead on the next bead along. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Sound. There's one. There's a Scouse word. Sound means fab. Great.
Okay. Sound.
Sound. Sound,
Okay.
mate.
So I picked up my last group of size 11, Paisley size 11. Again, I miss one bead in the middle row, and I bead actually through the one that I started out from when I picked up the size 15s.
That's the one. And now up through 2 of your size 15s. So you come into the middle one, essentially. Okay.
Yay!
Yay, that's fabulous.
Usually, when we bead motifs, then they are like with even numbers, the repetitions, like 4, 6, whatever. And we rarely have a motif that is triangular. So it's super nice to have one.
Yes, it is. And I think I mentioned, was it when did we speak yesterday, Erica, as well? We did, didn't we? We did speak yesterday. I feel like we spoke yesterday.
Yeah, we spoke yesterday and on Tuesday too.
All the days. And I was saying to you that from the pearl bezel, I've just made these for the latest issue of the magazine. So I've peyoteed a triangle off the round pearl bezel. So these are going to be in the next issue of Bead and Jewelry, which is going to be 125, not the one that's out currently, but 125. And it's just so cool that it started off round and then it's gone to a triangle. I'm very pleased with them. So
you're a magician.
Okay, so moving on to step 9. Oh, that's just showing you that you've gone all the way around. Moving on again. Step 10.
Wanda is asking for your Etsy shop, so you can find Vicky as Vicky Roberts.
It's Vicky Roberts Designs. Sorry, it's otherwise you may get all Vicky Roberts in the world. It's Vicky Roberts Designs on Etsy. If you go to my personal page on Facebook, it's on the top there as well. If anyone needs that. So
I will just pop in the link directly.
Ah, there we go. Fabulous. Thank you, Erica.
Just a sec, and it should appear.
Montagny, I am the editor of Beading Jewelry. You may have seen. I just do that. Just do that as a little thing.
So there it. Okay, I posted your link accidentally 4 times. So
just in case you didn't get it the first time, she's posted it 4 times. Okay, so now we're going to pick up 115, 1 4mm bicone, and 115, and we're going to go into the top unused hole of the first Paisley duo as it going forward, essentially. So if you follow like the path around.
Size 15, 4mm bicone.
And size 15. Straight into that top hole of that Paisley. That's the one. Okay. And now we're going to move on to step 11, which is a 4mm pearl. Oh.
No, I have a set of pictures of 10. That's what I can upload. So
oh, okay.
I need to switch to the next one. And yeah, okay.
Okay, so picking up the 4mm pearl, we're going to go straight across into the next Paisley. Now, at this point, you may want to make it a little bit bigger, so you might want to add some 15s in, or you might want to put more beads around, but that's entirely up to you once you've made the motif. Just go with wherever it takes you, I guess. So now we're going to pick up 15, a bicone, and a 15, and go into the next middle bead of the set of 3 beads.
I have this like matte effect Aqua Bohemica Preciosa bicones. Vicky, have you ever tried the matte bicones?
Oh, no, I don't think I have. But I might have to, because they're very pretty.
It's such a unique effect. Like no one else does it, only Preciosa. And they have all the colors of bicones available in the frosted version. And there are even like frosted combined with AB. And those look super pretty.
Oh, that is good. That is good. Montagny, don't worry about it. Chill. It's I don't really think of myself as editor of the because I do loads of designs, so it's all good. Right. Okay. So carry on with your bicones and your pearls all the way around.
So again, I pick up the round 15 bicone, round 15.
Yep. Then the round bead, pearl. Oh, it's very warm here today, guys. I have to say, I was saying to Erica before, I'm a little bit flushed today. That thing that comes to all women at some point in our lives as we get older is with me, and it's taking me down slowly with heat.
Oh, you need the frosted bicones to optically cool you down.
not the little book that I'm using to fan myself. It's very warm. Oh, fabulous Irene's finished one. They are very quick. Once you get going, you will find they'll make up really, really quickly. I think I can do about 2.5 an hour, but that's because I, bead every day and bead like a crazy person. So yeah, they will work up quickly. And what I did think is that at some point they may make a really nice bracelet. So if you kind of join 2 together, maybe put like a square stitch bezel in the middle and then use the little bit around your wrist. Ooh. That would make a really pretty little bracelet. Be different and a little bit unusual shaped.
I hope we will see a version like that from one of our beaders.
Yes, I would love to see that too.
I think it would also look amazing as a necklace. I'm just like trying to put together my three motifs that I have, that how would the shape come together. And I think it would be great. So I'm on my last group of round 15, bicone round 15.
Yes. Okay, so technically that is the motif finished as such, but if you want to go on to make the rest of it, because we've got 20 minutes, so.
Well, the one that I would love to finish, the pair, I mean, it's a little bit different than your original, this bottom part, because I really wanted to end
that's nice.
Drop.
I like that one. I like that drop. That drop's gorgeous. Oh, what's that ear wire? Glamorous things, Erica. We just want them all.
Have you heard of the beading school bead shop? It's full of pretty stuff like this.
It really is. There's so many nice things. I do love them. I got a load of ear findings off you recently, and they are life. They are giving life. Them ear findings. You have all the best ear findings.
Aww, I'm really
lots of the best things, just general.
I think when you invest so much time in beading, your time, your pretty beads, then they deserve a nice finish.
They do. It's true. It is true, because I mean, once upon a time, I think everyone just went to the general like ear wire, which was just the norm. But now it's like there's so much out there, especially in your shop. So, you know, there's so many ways to finish off your pieces. I just love it all. It's just fabulous. Okay.
I think it can really be a nice addition of the design to like make it look like a jewel, really.
Yeah. So if everyone's carrying on with the earrings, if anyone wants to carry on, should we carry on with the diagrams, and we'll just work through it and everyone can do what they want now. You guys can play with it.
I would suggest I would pull up your finished earring. Yes. And can you just talk about it? What did you add? How does it look like?
Yeah.
And I can also finish I show mine, and maybe our beaders would love to share their own ideas, because I'm sure that they have many.
Do. It'd be nice to see what people think. Okay, so on the earrings that I've done, you'll see that I come out of a bicone, and I've added the top loops. So I added 6 15s and then went down the previous bicone through the beads and up him again, and then through the 3 15s to add a single 15, because I like to, when I'm doing my loops, I don't like to leave any thread showing that the ear wires can escape from. So I always put 15s in between, like my delicas, just picking up a 15, going into a delica, that kind of thing. So you'll see that the loop it's got the 15s that make the little triangle, and then the little loop with the delica. And what I was saying to you guys earlier about step 16 and 17, on the PDF at the front page, I've given you some top tips, and I've given you a little design note. So the design note says, if you're using the studs from Erica, where they're quite small, the little loops on when you're putting the delicas on, it says pick up 3 delicas, the earring loop and 3 delicas, and then go through them and put the 15s in. But instead of picking up the earring loop, we're just going to pick up the delicas, and then we're going to go through them putting the 15s in each one, so that if you're adding a ear wire at the end, because it's got a bigger loop, it will just go through the loop instead. Does that make sense? I think I say it better in word form on the document.
Everything is very well explained in your PDF. So I think by following those last diagrams, everyone can make this version that you beaded in the original. And what I really love about this is the addition of the rhinestone, how you set it on top of the 4 millimeter pearls. and that is like seamlessly done together with the earring, so it creates this elongated triangle shape.
Yeah, it was the rhinestones are gorgeous. They come in the box every issue, and I will be fully honest that I do struggle sometimes to use them and where to put them, because they sometimes turn on me a lot when I put them on. So it was really nice to be able to put one in, and like I've used the bigger one on these earrings, but I think, like I said, on the other version I've done, so you can see the bigger one there. But then if you look up, ooh, there we go.
Oh, I see the difference. Yeah.
So there's a 4mm on that one, and there's a 2.8mm on that one. So that's why in the material list I've not actually mentioned what rhinestone to use, because you can use either or.
Yeah, I think they come very handy, because anytime when I feel like there is something missing on my design, that there are like beads in a little square or circle, but it would be nice to fill the middle, a rhinestone will solve all those situations. Yes. Basically.
and they are so pretty. They just look pretty. They're fabulous for bead embroidery. I love them on bead embroidery all day long. Like, just adding them, that just around like if you've bezeled around something or just added a row of beads, just adding rhinestones around it is like really cool. And they give off so much sparkle without it being a weird shape of the bicone, essentially, on bead embroidery, because bicones don't always sit that nicely on bead embroidery, because they kind of sit up, don't they? Yeah. So it is nice to be able to use pretty little rhinestones. And you have all the rhinestones as well. You have all the cup chain. Why do you have everything, Erica? It's just unfair.
Well, it started out from my own addiction. And I like sharing things, so
sharing is caring.
That's it. When I feel like I need more colors of rhinestone on my own bead mat, then after a while they will also appear in the bead shop.
Fair enough. That's why not? You have great taste, so that makes sense. So what kind of colours has everybody used? Do you guys want to let us into the secrets of your colour worlds?
I'm really curious about that, if our beaders are still with the Sibylla colors, or if you are venturing into something else. Rachel says, "What a gorgeous jewel. Just finished mine and I will turn it into a brooch." Ooh, so pretty.
Oh, I can't wait to see all these. I'm hoping that everyone just tags me in everything. Tag away. Instagram, Facebook, whichever. Tag me away.
Nausicaa says she's using silver, lilac, and white.
Oh, that'd be lovely. That would go in the magazine I've just sent to print today. Actually, it was finished by Wednesday, but we had the proof back from the printers today, because that's how it works. We finish it and then we have to send it off, and then we have to check the proof when it comes back from the printers. And one of the things I discussed in my editorial was whether we are, what kind of beader we are, or what kind of jewelry maker we are, whether we lean towards making seasonal pieces like nautical for summer or flowers for spring. And I feel like silver, lilac and white is a colour that you could use all year round, because it would go with all the different seasons, especially going into winter. And it's interesting to see how we are with our jewelry making. So yeah, that was one thing I was musing about in my musings in my editorial.
Talking about colors and color combinations, I think it's a never-ending topic for us. It's actually like one of the best things about one of the things that I enjoy the most about beading, to put together colors, trying new things. It's just fun.
It is fun. It is fun. On the little bezel I showed you earlier, I've used like green, purple, and copper. But one color I want to put with it, I think, because I think it might be we have a feature called Color Crazy in the magazine. I may want to go with the yellow.
Ooh, I love yellow. And last year, do you remember the flowers in the hair box?
I think that was one of the ones that...
You
That's one of the ones I didn't get that one. No. I started off on all my boxes live next to.
Oh no, you have the Tatis's Treasure, which was the summer box. So you must have the Flowers in the Hair, which was in September, October.
No, that was my first one. And then I think it came next, but I don't think I was an official designer for you guys at that point. So I'm being attacked by boxes.
Yeah, but I wanted to say that was the first box where we actually included yellow. And it was a very dividing topic back then.
I think yellow is quite a difficult color to use in beadwork. It can be. I mean, it's beautiful in flowers because you can use it as like the stamens and the bit in the middles and that kind of thing. But when it comes to just like adding it in, I think it's not a color that I tend to go for, and that's why I think I'm going to use it in Color Crazy, because that's the point. It's to use colors that we're out of our comfort zone or that we don't normally use. And sometimes they're just colours that we love and I just throw them in anyway. I'm addicted to purple and champagne gold, so you see that pop up a lot. Just me going, and for Colour Crazy this issue, and for Colour Crazy this issue, and it's always champagne gold. But yeah, I think yellow is it would divide, because I think it's also like orange. Orange is quite a dividing colour.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Will we be seeing orange in the next box for autumn, Erica?
I will not deny, nor will I confirm.
Boo!
I'm super horrible when it comes to something from the boxes that's like top secret.
Fair enough. I'll let you off.
I have the next one, which will come out on Monday, beadingschoolacademy.com, if someone hasn't heard of it yet.
And if you haven't, they need it.
I'm touching it now.
Go away.
I'm horrible, right?
You really are.
Imagine when I was at the Great British Beach Show, then I was walking around with a special bead mat that can be like zipped up with the next box inside. And
were you just waving the bead mat at people going, I know something you don't know?
Actually, when it comes to teasing, that's like there was something that our beaders were looking forward to very, very much. And actually, just before the workshop today, I finally added them to the bead shop. And I just want to like scroll back a bit because they showed up for some reason on an earlier page. But look at this, guys. Do you recognize this?
Look at all them pretties.
So these are made by Golem Design Studio. And the top of it's the beading school mandala that you can see everywhere, beading school related. So now we have, someone already noticed them. The purple is gone. So these are, I think, the best for bead embroidery or maybe with bezeling with peyote. I did this one with peyote. And it's like a handmade art cabochon adorned with the beading school mandala, so you can have a piece of beading school in your jewel now. And I'm so happy and proud.
That's so exciting. Oh, you should be. That's so exciting. I love that idea. That's a great idea. We've got lots of comments coming through. Catherine, I'm drinking Cremon de Bordeaux. So it's not champagne, but it's fizzy wine from another region of France, which I love lots. So it's 5 to 5 here in the UK. So 5 o'clock somewhere and all that.
From France, that sounds so like Are you a vine, how you say, someone, yeah, who knows her things about wine, or it's just
No.
like yummy wine and not so yummy wine?
That's the one. Yummy wine, not so yummy wine. I do love champagne, but I'm not a millionaire yet, so that on a regular basis probably isn't going to work. But Cremon, if people haven't tasted it, you need to get on that. It's delicious. It's much better than Prosecco.
So Eve has a question for you, a technical one actually. And ladies, like, this is a great opportunity to still, we have a little time to ask anything that you would like to ask from Vicky related to her designs, to the magazine, to some technical things, to her wine, whatever comes to your mind.
Okay, so Eve, I do knot my pieces. I always put 2 or 3 half hitch knots in. So a half hitch knot, for those of you guys who don't use them, is where you, where's my beads? Have I got them? Oh, I haven't got no needle. Let me just pop a needle on. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll pop a needle on and I'll just show you exactly what I mean. I'll just have to do it up at the front of the camera. So bear with me 1 second. Okay, so a half hitch knot is, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. Let me stand up. Is that you would be coming out of a bead, you would go under the thread between that bead and the next bead. You'd pull it through so it makes a loop, and then you would take your needle through the loop and pull it tight, making sure that the thread falls between the beads that you've knotted under. So it's going to fall between these 2 here, and I went under that bit of thread there. So that's where you want the knot to fall. You don't want it to fall that side, because then the thread would be shown here. And then you would just take your needle through a couple of beads and do it again. Did everyone get that? Is that okay?
I think it was super clear, and thank you so much for showing us that.
No worries.
It's something that I have never showed, because usually I don't knot. So that's new for us.
I'm a big knotter.
Sorry?
I was going to say I'm a big knotter. I knot also when I start a bezel, not a pearl bezel, but a Rivoli bezel. I will do a double overhand knot, like a shoelace knot, and pull it tight and move through a couple of beads, and then I bezel. When it comes to the end, if I find it a lot easier for just chopping off my tail, for example, without it all coming apart, and not having to weave that tail in, especially if you can't get to it because you've beaded on like for quite a while. But I'm a big knotter. I am.
I'm in the anti-knot camp.
Are you literally telling me to get knotted?
But this is like something, one of those topics in beading, which is super personal, that you just need to try it, test it, feel it, and there is no recipe that would work for everyone. Vicky shares her experience, I share my experience, and you will maybe have a third experience. So and that's great about coming together like this. And
it really is. It really is.
But
if in the magazine you do not mention the designer, is it yours? Yes, they're all mine. No one's I don't mention the designer. I've got 6 projects per issue.
Oh my god.
Okay, I do all the features, and I always have a project of my own. Sometimes it's with Erica, because if I'm using a beading school box, I will say in collaboration with. If it's just one of my own, I will do it my own. But yeah, it's if there's no name to them, it's usually mine. So yes, now you know how crazy I am each issue. There was another question there that said, do I have lots of unfinished projects? Oh, I'm just.
This is the moment of truth.
Oh, let me just see if I can show you one. So this is currently an unfinished project.
Oh wow, that looks to be super pretty.
But look at the back. This is why it's unfinished. It's unfinished because I like the back more than I like the front. And when I was making it, it kind of like, I knew I liked the back more. I mean, the front is also really, really pretty. But when I turned it over and I just went, well, that's just gorgeous. It looks like a lotus flower. And I've had this sat on my mat, on one of my mats, for about 6 months. And then I did think that I wanted to do it like this, so it would sit there, and then I was going to do a that's not what happened. This is a spiral, just a normal spiral with crystals, which I did use as a bracelet in the magazine at one point, so that's had an outing. But yeah, I thought it would look really nice attached to. No, it's not working. Can't make that work for you guys. But I'm going to attach to that with these little motifs here. But because I like the back so much, I can't carry on with it because I couldn't make that go on the front because it wouldn't. It's the same on both sides, I think. And I don't want it to be. I don't want that to be the back. And
I
that
love
is
the colors of it too. And by
Thank
the
you.
way, Sophie is saying to not or not to not. I actually have a blog article with the same title, to not or not to not, and even a Coffee Time with Erica video. So if you look back on YouTube and on the Beading School Club, then you can read more about my experience and my best practices. Donna is asking about the magazine. I looked up the link, so you can order it from beadmagazine.co.uk, and it gets delivered wherever you live. It does not matter if you are in the States.
Yeah, it does arrive there. I mean, bear in mind, post can be a little bit slower getting to the States. The alternative is you can also download the digital version if you don't want to wait for it. There is a digital subscription, or you can just download a single issue. One of the best things about subscribing to the print version, though, is that you get access to the digital version and a back catalogue of loads of magazines, probably about 50, I think, maybe a bit more. So yeah, it's good to subscribe to the print version, but if you're in the States, you may just have to wait a couple of weeks more than it may take to get.
I actually really like the electronic versions of all kinds of things lately. It's so much more ecological not to get it delivered and printed. Even if when it comes to books, then I still really enjoy classic books, but yeah, these days I think it's nice to go for electronical stuff.
Yeah, electronic is cool. I think the one thing that people like, if it is the print version, there is the feel of the paper, because it's more like I think most people refer to it as a bookazine rather than a magazine because it feels delectable. It's so nice. Let me just. Who have we got coming at you right now? Oh, okay. There's one. There's one just off there, and it's quite big. It's very sturdy. It's not a thin papery copy sort of thing. It's a really cool magazine in that sense. It is more like a bookazine, so which is cool, and we like it. We do like it. Do we have any more questions before?
Yes, and we have actually time for one more question. So Bex is asking about submissions to the magazine.
Can you submit your own endemically? Of course, yes, of course you can. We're always looking for new designers or designers that have been in before. You're more than welcome to come back. It just if you email me on editor@beadmagazine.co.uk, that's it. I mean, I think the email is, if Erica's put the link to the magazine on here, so my email is on there. And please get in touch if you have a designer you want to pop in the magazine. Please get in touch. We always love to hear from new designers, and we encourage new designers because everyone's got to start somewhere. So please let it be beading jewelry, because it's fab and it's lovely. That feeling of seeing yourself in print for the first time, there's nothing like it, really. I still remember my first one when I wasn't the editor, and I think it was Katie before me at that point, and I submitted to Katie, and yeah, it was good. It was such a lovely feeling. So yes, please do.
And I absolutely love it when I see that designers from the beading school community appear on the pages of the magazine. It's also like every time a very special feeling for me, for the whole team. And actually, we would love to support our emerging designers who use beading school boxes or any kind of beading school material in their publications. So, okay, I'm teasing now. There might be coming for lovely emerging designers.
Well, I will let you all into a little secret and say that Erica is going to be featured in issue 126. 126, which is
yes,
not the next one, but the one after.
yes. And 1 to 7 will also be interesting, I think.
I believe so too.
Definitely.
And that would be, I think that would be like, will 127 be the Christmas edition? Might be there by that point. Wow, that seems so far away, and also really close and scary.
So,
yes, you can get the back issues with digital.
Yeah, I definitely think that electronic is more ecological, as you don't need trees to get cut down and the transportation. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't see more questions.
Just got one off. Can you get the back issues with any digital subscription? Yes, if you subscribe to the digital issue, you will have access to the back issues automatically.
Wow, that's super nice.
Yeah, and then any problems, just give me a shout. I'll always happy to help.
So, thank you so much, Vicky, for the pretty design today. It was really fun to bead it. And I would also love to thank everyone who joined us today. Please keep the finished pieces or work in progress pieces coming. We love seeing those. You can post them in the Beading School Club. You can post them on your own social profiles. If you post them on your own social profiles, then please tag Vicky and please tag Beading School. We love that.
Yes.
And I can't wait to see all the gorgeous color combinations.
Neither can I. And can I just say thank you for having me? I have thoroughly enjoyed this last hour. It's always a pleasure to be here. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys as well. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your creativity, Vicky.
No worries.
And this was actually a very special week because I just felt the warmth of the community so much. So I just want to mention that a few days ago, we showed the winners and especially the talent winner of our mini challenge based on the past team of the Beading School Academy. And just seeing all the lovely, warm, encouraging comments under Malia's picture, like, that was amazing, ladies. So that feeling, that's what Beading School is about. So thank you so much. Also for your enthusiasm around Nitty's blocks, the summer days, and now your love for Vicky's design and all her creations. So
all exciting. I know. You're making me go even more red, and I'm not sure that's possible, Erica.
It's your wine.
I wish it was. I really wish it was. Let me just say, menopause sucks, man.
So, thanks everyone, and wishing you a peaceful, creative weekend, and see you all on Monday with Coffee Time with Erica and peeking into the academy box. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care, lovelies. Bye.